Hey mama, if you're listening to this, you might be carrying a secret that feels too heavy to speak out loud. You look like you got it all together, you serve at church, maybe you even lead a Bible study. You smile when you drop off the kids, but no one sees the other side of you, the one that comes out behind closed doors. At home, you are a completely different person. You yell, you explode, you scream at your kids, sometimes in their face. You tell them to shut up. You grab them too harshly. You throw things across the room. You smack them in anger, twist their ears, spank them in rage, and immediately after, you are hit with a tidal wave of shame. You cry alone in your room and you whisper, "God, what is wrong with me?" You feel scared and disgusted by your own reactions. You're terrified that someone might find out. You wonder if your kids would be better off without you. You feel unworthy, broken, and too far gone to be redeemed. You try to fix this on your own. You listen to podcasts, parenting books, download freebies, but nothing changes. You keep falling back into the same patterns, and it feels like you are stuck in a cycle that you can't break. You don't trust yourself anymore, and if you're honest, you are afraid of who you've become. But here's the truth, Mama. You are not beyond hope. You're not alone, and with God's help and the right support, you can change. I'm Elizabeth, a mom of 4 and an anger management coach for Christian moms. And inside my Calm Christian Mom coaching program, I guide women just like you through a powerful transformation. This isn't shallow behavior management. We go deep. We address your triggers, your stress, your mindset, your nervous system, and the spiritual root behind your patterns. We invite God into every layer and walk hand in hand towards healing. In just 12 weeks, you can become a completely different mom, unrecognizable. One who leads with patience, not panic. One whose children feel emotionally safe around her. One who cultivates peace. This summer, I'm offering a Calm Mama strategy session, a powerful 15-minute one-on-one coaching session designed to help you uncover the root of your anger and receive spiritual, emotional, and practical support. It's your chance to experience what coaching is like with me before diving deeper into ongoing support. If we both feel like the full program is the next right step, we can talk about what that looks like for you. You don't have to keep living like this. Your family is worth healing, and so are you. Use the link in the show notes to book the Calm Mama strategy session. Friend, welcome to Emotionally Healthy Legacy Podcast. It's time to have a chat with you. And before we jump into it, if you have found my podcast helpful in any way, shape, or form, and you've gotten any value out of it, would you please stop for a second and just share my podcast with a friend? I know this is a sensitive topic that we talk on here a lot about rage and mom, anger, and just feeling uncomfortable feelings. And I know that if you found this valuable, someone else will also find it valuable. So, do you have a friend in your circle that have ever expressed to you that I feel so stressed, I feel so overwhelmed, I feel like I'm screaming at my kids all the time and feel like a terrible mom? Share my podcast with her. I know that it will bless her as much as it has blessed you. And I pray before every episode that God would use me as a vessel to support you on your motherhood journey. In this episode, I wanted to talk to you about 4 things that thriving mothers do. I remember I was talking to another podcaster, and she has a mom community. And as we were chatting outside of our, interview, she kind of mentioned something. She's like, I've noticed that moms that are doing well in motherhood, they just have certain things that they work on and implement on a regular basis that support them, so then they are thriving in motherhood. So if you can have a mom who feels like a hot mess, a disaster, she's chronically overwhelmed, stressed out, yelling, screaming, rushing, running late, everything is just a freaking chaos behind the scenes, and on the outside. She is constantly in her, clothes that are just pajamas maybe or sweats, and she just feels like a mess all the time. Or you have this mom that's not perfect, but for the most part, her house is put together. It's not a disaster. Things are simplified. Things are running like quite smooth, right? She seems like she's put together. She takes care of herself. She has some makeup on. Her hair looks cute. Her outfit, it's not like, crazy expensive or anything. She just looks cute and put together. She just looks like she kind of has life together, not to an extent where everything is just absolutely perfect, but you look at her and you might admire her and you're like, oh my gosh, I kind of want to become like her. And I can tell you that I've been on both ends. Right now, I'm not saying this in a way to like, oh my gosh, look at me, how great and amazing I am. No, because there were seasons in my life where I was going through stuff that is really, really rough, and I was in survival mode, and I just had to make it through the day. I was depressed. I was a hot mess. Everything was just falling through the cracks. I've totally been there. And it is actually your responsibility to support yourself to get out of that. You can either choose to sit and stay in that, or you can look at your life and say, hey, what is something that I can do differently to support myself to become the mom that I want to become for my kids? Because I don't want to look back at my motherhood and have my kids remember me as this hot mess, this disaster that constantly felt resentful and bitter and screamed at my kids and was just a hot mess. I don't want my kids to remember me like that. I want my kids to remember me as a mom who created peace and calm in the home. I want them to look back at their motherhood and be like, it was so nice to come home when mom was home. Mom just had this presence with her that just was pleasant and peaceful and calm. When I think of my mom and I think of my mother, of my childhood, I can definitely remember the days where I come from school and I know that mom was home, and the days that mom was not home and she was working. And the house just felt empty. When mom wasn't there, the house just felt empty. Something was missing. And even if she was in a different part of the home, like when I would come home from school, my mom was there. I just felt it like mama is home. Like it felt safe. It felt like it was just like this calm, peaceful place. I knew that I felt safe in her presence. She would just give me a hug and a kiss and welcome me. Like, I want to be that mom to my kids. I want my kids to remember me as somebody who's fully present and not just scrolling on my phone all the time and just escaping reality because life feels so hard. And in order for me to get there, I had to do the behind the scenes work that contributed me to being the mom that I actually am right now today, and the mom that I want my kids to remember. There's always more work to do. And right now I am truly proud of the mom that I am for my kids. And that took a lot of work behind the scenes. It was not an overnight thing. So here are the 4 things that I have noticed that moms that are truly striving and thriving in motherhood do on a regular basis. One of them is prioritize their needs and themselves. Not in a way that, oh, my kids don't matter, my spouse doesn't matter. No, I'm talking about not neglecting herself, taking care of herself, mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually, like taking care of herself, prioritizing herself. And it's not that your family doesn't matter or your spouse doesn't matter, your kids don't matter. It's that you matter too. And if you're running an empty and you're just running in fumes all the time, you're exhausted, you're overwhelmed, you're stressed out, you're not showing up as your best self for your family. You actually start resenting them and feeling bitter. And when you feel bitter and resentful, you're a lot more easily triggered and a lot more easily dysregulated and experience mom rage. Think about it. When you're feeling good, when your needs are met, when you're feeling good internally, maybe you haven't felt like that for a long time, but when you feel good, it comes out on others. When you're struggling and you have unmet needs and you're running it empty, it also impacts and influences your family, but in a negative way. Number 2, moms that are thriving in motherhood, they do the internal work. I'm talking about like mindset. They maybe read parenting books. They maybe buy courses. They maybe invest in coaching. They go to therapy. They work on themselves behind the scenes. They spend time with the Lord. They work on their mindset, on their perspective. They look at their life. They're like, okay, what is not serving me? What is not helping me? What can I do differently to support myself? They are seeing themselves as a work in progress. One of the things that I appreciate about my mom is that she is one of those people that is constantly learning and loves to learn and evolve and grow and read self-development books and read Christian parenting books and marriage books and things like that. So working on yourself and intentionally putting the effort into that is something that will contribute to you thriving in motherhood. Number 3 is having healthy boundaries. And that goes alongside with number 1. So if you are constantly rushing, going, taking care of everyone else, you're overcommitted, you're stressed out and overwhelmed, you don't have healthy boundaries. Healthy boundaries to protect your mental space, to protect your emotional wellness, to protect your physical wellness, to teach your kids to respect your space, respect your alone time, teaching others that you cannot overcommit, you cannot give it the time that it deserves, and that you need to set, limits and boundaries on how many times a week you're out of the house. Moms that are thriving, they have healthy boundaries and boundaries that support them and protect them to feeling overcommitted, feeling like they're drowning, feeling like they're stressed and overwhelmed. My friend, if this is resonating with you and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm a freaking hot mess. I am constantly screaming and yelling at my kids. I don't know what to do. I've read the books, I've listened to podcasts, but nothing is working. I feel like nothing has created sustainable changes in my life. I have something amazing that I have created for you. I have a 12-week program that is a step-by-step process, how to help you go from a mom who's constantly overwhelmed, stressed out, a hot mess, a disaster, screaming and yelling at her kids, to a mom who's calm and patient and grounded and supported, mom that shows up in a way that she's truly proud of, and that she can look back at her kids' childhood and be like, you know what? I showed up as the best way I could for my kids, and I'm proud of the mom that I am. Instead of looking at your day at the end of the day and feeling remorse and regret at how you treated your kids and your spouse. My friend, if anger is an uncontrollable issue in your life and you feel like it's controlling you, I want to invite you to book a clarity call with me in the show notes. This program will change your life. I want you to know that it's so possible for you not to be a hot mess and a disaster and drowning and stressed out and screaming and yelling at your kids constantly. There's so much more to your life. You are not doomed. You're not hopeless. You are beautifully and wonderfully made, and God has something amazing in store for you, and this is the answer you've been praying for. God has put this on my heart to create this 12-week program for you, specifically for you, and it's going to change your life. I promise. The next step is to book a clarity call. The link is in the show notes. And the 4th thing that I wanted to tell you about is moms that are thriving. What do? They process their feelings in a healthy way on a regular basis. May that be moving their body. May that have friendships where they communicate with safe people and process their emotions. May that be journaling. May that be other healthy habits, but they have healthy habits that help them process their feelings on a regular basis. That will support them. So then it's constantly you're processing your emotions and your life in a healthy way. So you're not suppressing those feelings and then taking it out on your family. That's the problem. Oftentimes as moms, we suppress because we're like, I don't have time to sit down and journal. I don't have time to go out and be with a friend and hang out. Well, that's the problem. You give and give and give to everyone else. You suppress. And how's it coming out on your family? People that matter the most to you, you say the most hurtful things to them, and you do damaging or hurtful things to them in your rage and anger because you're so stressed out, because you're so overwhelmed, because you're stretched so thin. This can change. There is support for you available, my friend. So to recap, the 4 things that thriving moms do that help them create a motherhood that is truly one that they thrive in is, first, prioritize themselves and their needs. Like they see themselves as, I matter too. It's not that my kids don't matter. It's I matter too. Number 2 is they work on their mindset on a regular basis. And it's an ongoing thing. Like they work intentionally on areas of their life to improve it, and they surround themselves with people that are supportive and encouraging, and they're not trying to do this all on their own. Number 3, they have healthy boundaries to protect their energy, to protect their mental wellness. It could be phone boundaries, like they're not on social media or they have accounts only follow that they are inspired and not anybody that makes them feel less than. It could be just saying no to overcommitment and just saying we're out of the house only 3 evenings a week because this is what serves our family best. Whatever it might be, like this mom has healthy boundaries. And number 4, she processes her feelings in a healthy way and has healthy habits that support her to process her emotions in a healthy way so they don't get stored up and she doesn't take it out on her family. Friend, if you have found this episode helpful, please share it with a friend. I know that if it has blessed you, it's also gonna bless a friend. And one more thing, I have a gift for you. In the show notes, if you scroll down, all the way down over there, it says 5 steps to break free from mom rage shame. If you struggle with mom rage shame and guilt for exploding and screaming at your family and saying things that you deeply regret and have remorse over your actions, this training is gonna help you overcome that, and it will give you a step-by-step guide how to process and release your emotions so they're not suppressed and you are not sitting in that shame and guilt. If this is something that resonates with you, just scroll down and you can get access to that today. Until next time, blessings, my friend. Hey mama, do you find yourself snapping over the smallest things, like spilled milk or constant whining, then feeling horrible afterwards? If you're tired of losing your temper and you want to show up with more patience, I have something for you. It's a free training called How to Be More Patient with Your Kids so you're not screaming over spilled milk. Inside, I'll walk you through 10 simple things you can start doing today to become a calmer, more Christ-like mom, even on the hard days. To get it for free, just leave a rating and review on Apple Podcasts and send a screenshot to hello@emotionallyhealthylegacy.com. Or if you'd rather skip the wait, you can grab it right now for just $27. The link is in the show notes. Let's help you become the peaceful, patient mom your kids need.